Gold prices are crashing faster than most people imagined. Last year, gold prices skyrocketed, and a lot of people started investing in gold because they hit an all-time high of $5,500. But starting from the February of this year, gold prices are crashing. First, they have crashed to $4,500, but right now they are going down to $4,200. And if you're looking at this graph, you're thinking, why exactly did I invest in gold when prices are completely collapsing? And it seems like they will go down to $4,000, then $3,500 and $3,000, and maybe eventually they will go back to $2,000. Look at silver prices. Exact same thing is happening with silver prices. Yes, they stabilized around $70 to $80, but now they have crashed to $65. So here's the question: why exactly gold prices are crashing? I understand the situation with silver, but with gold, it makes no sense because the credibility of the US dollar is crushing. A lot of central banks across the globe are massively buying gold because they know that gold will replace the dollar as the global reserve currency. Yes, gold is not a currency, but it will replace it as the global asset reserve. Instead of holding a lot of US dollars that are eventually becoming worthless day by day since inflation is surging, central banks want to hold an asset that preserves its value, such as gold. So why exactly gold prices are crashing when there's supposed to be so much demand? Well, the first most important reason is that the US economy is strengthening much faster than most people expected. And the most important sign that the economy is strengthening is obviously the jobs report. The jobs report is by far the most important report because it just shows you how many jobs are being added. If the economy is sliding into a recession, if the economy is slowing down, then obviously companies will start firing people. More unemployment will be there, more and more people will start losing their jobs, and that will eventually slow down the economy because spending is eventually going to go down. What is a GDP at the end of the day? A GDP is how much money is circulating in the economy. Less people have jobs, they will spend less money, and the economy will eventually slow down. But look at this data. In May, experts were expecting that the US will add 80,000 jobs. But at the end of the day, when we calculated the data, 172,000 jobs have been added. So the US economy added far more jobs than most people expected, than experts are expecting. And that is a clear sign that the economy is strengthening. Now, let's look at the last couple of months. We are seeing the exact same thing. Yes, in February, we were expecting that we will be adding 59,000 jobs, but what happened is that there was negative 92,000 jobs. This was a shock to the economy. But let's look at March. March, instead of adding 60,000 jobs, we've added 178,000 jobs. In April, forecasts were 62,000 jobs, but eventually we added 115,000 jobs. Now, this is the third month in a row where the jobs market is beating analysts' expectations. So if you literally just take these data over the last couple of months and you compare it to what has been happening over the second half of the last year, suddenly realize that maybe we have passed the situation where we're expecting a recession, and there is a good reason to believe that there is not going to be a recession. The US economy will continue rising. Now, another reason that's a good sign is because the AI bubble is bursting. And if you turn on the news, you'll see that have so many big tech companies firing people. Well, if we are firing people on one side, we're supposed to expect that less jobs will be added. But when you look at the data, we see the absolutely opposite thing that's happening. So despite everything that's happening, the US economy does not seem like it's falling into a recession. When the US dollar strengthens, every time the US economy gets stronger, the dollar becomes stronger. And when the dollar becomes stronger, gold prices fall because gold prices are denominated in the US dollar. So they have an inverse relationship. And vice versa. When the Fed, for example, lowers down interest rates, that weakens the dollar. When you weaken the dollar, gold prices start to rise. Now, the second most important reason is that Trump does not want a war with Iran. Donald Trump started the war in February of this year. And this war is getting entirely out of control. And anybody who understands this war, understands Iran, understands the US, it was very clear that this war can easily disrupt the entire global economy. But based on the latest news, it seems like Donald Trump wants to make peace. Donald Trump is looking for a way to exit this war because this war is getting chaotic. Look at this news. President Donald Trump acknowledged criticizing Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu as crazy in a phone call. So he is trying to make a deal with Iran, and then Israel on the other side is sabotaging this deal, and that is creating a conflict between the United States and Israel. And Donald Trump is basically admitting that our interest with Israel is diverting, which means that we have to push Israel to accept this deal. And that's basically another most important news that I've seen lately. Trump says that Israel won't have any choice but to accept a deal with Iran. So if this deal is not going to be, let's say, everything that Israel hopes, it doesn't matter whether they like it or they don't like it. The US and Donald Trump precisely will impose this deal upon Israel, even if it's against the interest of Israel. Now, think about what that means for gold prices. Now, first of all, it ends the war. So there is a deal. So there is a business. So there is an agreement going to be between Iran and the United States. So business will go back to usual, which means that the dollar is going to strengthen. Now, investors will go back to the US dollar, creating that demand for the US dollar. Now, secondly, part of the reason that so many investors started buying a lot of gold is because they saw that the United States is creating so much chaos across the globe. So central banks, in order to protect themselves, they started massively dumping the US treasuries and buying gold. And now by seeing this news, most likely they won't do that. Now look at this news. This is what Trump says. I call the shots. I call all the shots. He does not call the shots. And he's literally referring to Prime Minister of Israel, that we are the ones who are actually deciding here in the White House how the deal is going to be made. Another thing I want you to pay attention is that if this war would have continued, then the US government would have to borrow trillions of dollars for this war. Wars are not cheap. Take any war anybody has ever fought, especially the US, and you would see that it costs trillions of dollars. And everybody at the beginning of this war was convinced that the US will have to borrow so much money. In fact, the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, made it clear that we might need to borrow trillions of dollars for this war. Now, another reason that gold prices are falling is that yields are high and the war with the Fed has stopped. If you look at the central banks and anybody holding US treasuries, nobody's actually holding the actual dollars themselves. You hold US treasuries because they're easily convertible into US dollars. So when you're not using the dollars, your dollars are generating interest in form of US treasuries. The moment you need these dollars to do business, to buy stuff, to move stuff, to pay for something, you convert them into actual dollars. And the yields on the US treasuries are paying very decent interest rates. Since 2020, the yields have risen, and now they are actually paying a pretty decent. If you keep your US dollars in 10-year treasuries, they're paying 4.56. That's almost 5% of pure cash you will be receiving from the US government. If you keep them in the short-term treasuries, you're receiving almost 4%. So that's also a pretty good, decent return. These returns are higher than inflation. Of course, inflation lately has risen to 3.8%, but again, remember, Donald Trump is trying to stop this war. So that 3.8% inflation rate that we have seen in April of this year is most likely going to go down as long as oil prices would go down when Iran is going to open the Strait of Hormuz. And this is another important piece of news, that independence of the Fed is restored. Remember how Donald Trump spent the last year just criticizing Jay Powell for not lowering interest rates? And if you're an investor and you're holding so much US treasuries and you see that kind of a news, what comes to your mind? You're like, my US dollars, or when the Fed will lose its independence and will artificially lower down interest rates, my US treasuries will no longer be earning an interest that is higher than inflation. So to protect myself, I will be selling my treasuries and I will be buying a lot of gold. But since Jay Powell have stepped down, have you seen a single time that Donald Trump has criticized the chairman of the Fed? No. That investigation into Jay Powell, I think it has most likely finished. But what is more important here is that Federal Reserve officials continue on Friday to signal that the US might have need to raise interest rates in the future if the war in the Middle East leads to a persistent increase in already high inflation. So even though that this new chair of the Fed is considered to be Trump's man, there are signals from the Fed. If this war continues, we will raise interest rates. We have to protect the dollar. That is what investors want to hear. So if you're an investor, if you're a central bank in any part of the world, if you are a huge ETF and you're looking whether to keep your investments in US Treasuries or to move to gold, Federal Reserve is telling you that your US dollars in form of treasuries will earn a higher yield than inflation rate. That gives you confidence. So instead of buying gold, you stop buying gold and you keep buying your treasuries, or you keep your wealth in the US Treasuries. That is the news that investors were looking to hear. And finally, when prices rise too fast, it attracts speculators, so the rise becomes faster than it should be. So if we go back to high gold prices, this was a huge rally. It went from about like $2,500 or $3,000 to almost $6,000. Whenever you see the price of any asset dramatically rise, you have a lot of speculators jumping in and leveraging their positions. So instead of just, for example, using $1,000 to buy $1,000 worth of gold, what they would do is that they would take $1,000 and leverage their position. So with $1,000, they will buy $10,000 worth of gold, or maybe not that much because leverage ratios in gold are not that high. But at least it could be 2 to 1, it could be 3 to 1, it can be 5 to 1. So with $1,000, you can buy $5,000 worth of gold. That creates more demand for gold, increasing gold prices even higher. But the moment gold prices stop rising, and in fact they start falling down like you see here, the fall is going to be as painful as the rise was. The fall is going to be as fast as the prices have initially has increased. That's why you see this fall. And because there are more and more news for investors that the United States and the Federal Reserve will protect and preserve the value of the dollar, investors are not rushing to buy so much gold, which is leading gold prices to collapse. But here's the question: what is going to happen to gold prices next? Gold prices will certainly hover between $4,000 to $4,500, but this is temporarily because sooner or later the US will have to raise the debt ceiling, which is going to lead to higher gold prices. And that's why I'm buying gold at this point, because I know for a fact that gold prices will eventually rise. That might happen by the end of the year, maybe that will happen sooner, or maybe that will happen by the beginning of the next year. And you also have to understand, just because Donald Trump wants to end the war with Iran, it does not mean that it is going to end, because you started this war, and unless you're going to get good terms, you are not going away. In fact, I have written a full post on the Investing Academy why gold prices will continue rising, what is the target price for gold prices, and what's the best time to buy gold. So if you want to read that article and find out when is the best time to invest in gold, just join the Investing Academy, and the link to the Investing Academy will be available in the description of this video.